Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Exploring DC, where we take a piece of DC and explore with you. I'm your host, Josh. With me is only one of my co-hosts, Jalen. Jalen, how are you?
What's up, guys? I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Do Luis and Jackson what do we do? Because we delayed this recording by a whole day to bring them in, and then they decide not to show up again. I feel like that there needs to be some form of demotion.
We gotta make them rewatch Batman Hush and
Batman
Jonah
Hush.
Hex
There we
and
go.
Jonah Hex back
Back
to
to
back.
back.
Yes. Oh,
Yes. There we go.
Oh
Okay.
man.
That's our topic next week, guys. So stay tuned. We haven't had a guest in a while, and we're bringing one back. So to fill in the void, we have Sam Bates. Welcome
yo.
back, Sam. Sam, we've been doing something relatively recently called something new, something nerdy. We just talk about something new in our lives and then something nerdy that we've been watching, reading, etc. So yeah, fill me in. What's something new in your life since we last saw you, and what's something nerdy you've been kind of getting into?
Um, Trying to go to more movies that I wouldn't regularly see, just to expand my taste. Because before it was just like horror movies and then like the superhero ones.
Yeah.
So now I've started to like expand my taste. I saw that Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die a while back with one of my friends. Loved it. I saw The Bride recently.
Yeah.
Confusion out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I saw a lot of people in America probably haven't seen it because it wasn't playing near them, but Nirvana the band, the show, or Nirvana the band, the show, the movie.
Yeah.
If you've watched their skits, they made Blackberry.
Yeah.
So it was so funny. I was laughing my ass off so like every 5 minutes in that movie. Um, and then I've just been getting back into like horror games, I guess, with the whole Resident Evil 9 coming out. So I'm just been like replaying a bunch of the survival horrors I have, like Alien Isolation, Resident
Ooh.
Evil, Outlast. That was a mistake. I forgot how terrifying Outlast is.
I
So
heard it's scary, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It will come at you fast,
Yeah.
and it is. And yeah, that's really about it. Just been doing that, expanding my movie tastes.
Yeah. Jalen, what's been up with you, man? You haven't been because you've been moving soon, so you've put in 2 weeks at
Yeah.
that at your work. Have you been just kind of chilling, enjoying time off?
I yeah, man, enjoying a whole lot of time off, but also like a little bit stressed too, just about the
Oh, of
move and
course, yeah.
how everything is gonna function once I move.
Yeah.
But still excited nonetheless. So I mean, that's my something new, right? So
Yeah.
I'm moving next week. Something nerdy. Have I really done anything nerdy in the last like week? I don't think so. I
No?
don't think so. I've been slacking on everything, man. Life has to. I have to like get that motivation
You
back. You
just
know.
you just told me you started TED, man. That's enough for
What is Ted nerdy? Can Ted be considered
Yeah,
nerdy?
No, you're
hundred
right.
Okay,
hundred percent,
TED is for the
hundred
well
percent.
then.
masses.
All right, so then I started Ted. I
Yeah.
watched Ted 1 and I watched Ted 2. Ted 2 is the more superior one. If
Yeah.
you
Yeah, of
didn't
course.
agree, then
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Jalen, dude, just on my desk, Tattoo Steelbook. Isn't that beautiful?
Mm.
Oh, unrated. Is that the version that's on Peacock right now?
Yeah, it's weird because I only watched the regular version for so long, and then I showed my girlfriend Tattoo, and I watched the unrated one, and it completely threw me off because there's so many different scenes are just extended by a little bit that the natural flow of it was like messing with me. But I did like
Hmm.
it. It was fun. It was nice to have some new content in it. But
Yeah, yeah. The Tom Brady just
The
bit.
Tom Brady one is very funny.
I love the
Oh my
the
God.
weed farm, man. That always gets me.
Yeah, the
The
weed
one where they
farm.
start crying when it just plays the Jurassic Park movie
Hmm.
music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kills me.
No,
Killed me, bro.
Ted's fucking great, man. I haven't been up to much. I've just kind of been in the work life balance. I did want to show off. Luis isn't here. Luis likes Legos, but I got the Batman and Robin
Ooh.
Batmobile, dude. And I
That's
just
it.
think it's so funny that there's official merchandise being put on store shelves for the 1997 Batman and Robin movie that has like an 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's such a rarity, man. Like what else do you get like a really shitty 90s movie get merch? Maybe Space Jam actually. Because I saw
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
say
Space
Space
Jam
Jam
stuff.
definitely got some merch.
Yeah, but it's very fast. It's like when they put out sets for Too Fast, Too Furious, like the one with just Brian in Florida. And I think that's
yeah.
so funny when they do like really obscure stuff. But I'm getting prepped for the game, man. I'm getting so excited. And these sets apparently get you like gold versions of the cars in the game.
Really.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the Lego Batman game is coming out.
Yes, we're going to be doing an episode on Lego Batman 2 in just a few short weeks, which is very
Ooh.
exciting. Today we have two topics. We're going to be talking about Superman Red Sun. Miscommunication though on my front. I read the book. These two read them or watched the movie. So we're gonna have two different things to really dive into here. And then in the back half, we are going to talk about the new Lanterns trailer that dropped, which is very controversial as I posted like a little reel to our Instagram account and it got a crazy
Saw
engagement.
I saw it, dog. It crazy
Yeah.
interaction. Like
Yeah,
I was like, bro, never has
I
an exploring DC post done this.
no, 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 no. And it was sometimes, like I need to post clips and stuff, but a lot of times I'm just like people will engage if you just post like a generic thing with your face, just saying what your basic take is. Not that your take has to be bad, but like you don't really need to do a lot basically to make a TikTok video be interesting for people. Like they don't.
Yeah, because even on
That's why Soups does super good because he just stands in front of it and like puts something above his head and people engage
yeah,
with it.
and he just points up like
He
this,
just
and it's like,
You know what I mean? So if you go to Exploring DC TikTok, it's pretty much that's all it is. It's just me doing shit like that. So, yeah, let's talk about Superman Red Sun. Basically, the premise here, what if Superman had been raised in the Soviet Union? Uh, and the movie kind of delves further into that. I mean, the book is 3 issues, the comic. It was written by Mark Millar, who did Kick-Ass, Kingsman, Old Man Logan. He's been around for quite a bit. And then he had a few artists, Dave Johnson, Andrew Robinson, Walden Wong, Killian Plunkett. But basically, the movie is drawn from this book. Mark Millar came up with this idea reading Superman number 300 when he was 6, because he thought it'd be really interesting if Superman landed in between Russia and the United States and there was like an arms race to capture him, I guess.
Mhm.
And so it was really interesting. He talked about it. He pitched it to DC at 13. He sold the story to them at 27, and then he published this book at 33 back in
Oh, wow.
2003. And this book spans, I don't know how far the movie spanned for you guys, but the book spans 1953 to 2001. So
It
about
does
50
not
years
go
of
that far in the
Superman's
movie.
life. Yeah, it's fascinating. I watched the movie. I'm gonna draw from my experience because I watched it back in 2020 when it came out, I believe. So it's been 6 years since 2020. Damn.
So what do you remember from the movie?
Uh, I remember that it opens different because it opens with him in the fields. It does not open like that at
Hmm.
all in the book. And I remember that Superman is not as like he's a lot more distant, I guess, in the book, where in the movie he's very clear cut the villain for a lot of
Yeah.
it in some cases.
Hmm.
But the other interesting thing about the book I found is that Grant Morrison gave the idea of what the ending is. And I'm not going to tell you guys the ending yet because the ending is not in the movie and it's really, really interesting.
Hmm.
Really?
Yes, yes, yes. So the movie that you guys watched, Superman Red Sun 2020, that was directed by Sam Liu. He's done all sorts of DC stuff, but we covered his movie All-Star Superman when we read the book and did the movie for that. I don't think you were here, Jalen. I think you were out. But
Yeah, no.
he's done everything, man. He did Killing Joke. He did Teen Titans, Judas Contract, like a lot of those DC movies. He's been around for a minute. Uh Cast here, just a couple quick ones. Jason Isaacs plays Superman. This is Draco's dad in Harry Potter, which is an
That makes
interesting
sense,
pick.
actually. I mean,
Yeah.
he was
Interesting.
also he was Jason Isaacs also played that general in the Death of Stalin movie.
Did he?
Yeah. So
Interesting.
I it makes sense that he can do a Russian accent, I guess.
Yeah. Amy Acker plays Lois Lane. I didn't really catch her in a lot of other things, so she's relatively new to me. The most interesting one I think here is Diedrich Bader plays Lex Luthor. This is Batman from Brave and the Bold.
Yep, and Booster Gold from Justice League Action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't love his Lex Luthor voice from what I remember.
His voice is so distinct and like
Yeah.
very like macho,
Yeah.
like he could probably kill a Johnny Bravo. You know what I mean? I actually don't know if he was. No, he was not the voice of Johnny Bravo,
Mm-mm.
but he could kill that. It's just his voice is so like distinctly macho and goofy.
Yeah.
It doesn't fly for Lex Luthor when in theory you would like someone whose voice is more cunning, more I guess sophisticated in a way and like more sly, you know?
Yeah, because the comic gives Lex a very authoritative like presence, and then you go to the movie and it's Diedrich Bader, and it's like, oh well, he's just charming. Like it's too soft for Lex Luthor.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then I saw Vanessa Marshall with Wonder Woman in this one. She's played Wonder Woman in all sorts of stuff, including the movie that we watched but never covered because our audio got
Hmm.
corrupted. So she's been
Which
around
one?
for a minute.
Oh, the 2009
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I
The
remember. I
the
remember.
only unreleased episode we ever did.
Yeah.
Sam, Jalen, is this your guys' first time watch with this?
I know I've watched Red Sun before.
Okay. Did you watch it when it came out?
I think I watched it like a month after it came out.
Okay. What was your thoughts initially, and then you feel like
I
it's
like
it's aged
I
better?
like I think especially just like everything going on. It's very interesting to see what would happen given like if Superman was forced into becoming like a propaganda machine and he wasn't actually taught like the lessons of like by his parents of becoming like his own person, right? So he in this one he never really finds himself, right? He constantly is told what to do, even when like spoiler, when he kills Stalin after he finds like the hidden gulag,
Yeah.
he still is doing what Stalin told him to do, but he just felt like Stalin wasn't doing what he told him to do. So it's kind of like this it's interesting to see like the whole propaganda aspect of like how even somebody like Superman isn't immune
Yeah.
to like propaganda from either side because he goes to like he has the interview with Lois Lane and she believes that Russia is bad and he believes that America is bad and they're both kind of wrong in the sense in that they're both countries are just like doing two sides of the same coin to their own people. And even with Superman's powers, he doesn't realize that. So I liked it a lot, especially just like rewatching it, especially just like in the modern day. Well, I guess it only came. When did it came out? 2020. Oh yeah, it came in 2020. But even then, so many things have happened since 2020. It's
Right.
really interesting to see how like it relates to like current events.
Yeah. Jalen, I know you watched this one when it came out.
Yep, but it
Yeah.
actually wasn't as soon as it came out. It was I think it was like 2021 when I watched it.
Oh
Because I
yeah.
was doing like a watch through of all the DC animated movies that had been released up until that point. And this came up obviously in the 2020 run through, which was like I think no, Apocalypse War was 2019, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
Or
2020.
2020. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't lie though, when I first watched it, I fell asleep. It did not tickle my fancy at all in the slightest.
It's like a 70
Um
minute movie, bro.
yeah, but like sometimes these DC animated movies, they have a tendency of being really bland,
Oh yeah, of
as
course.
we
Yeah.
see,
Especially the
you know?
adaptations.
Exactly. And like especially like the DC AMU,
Yeah.
like those sets of movies, everything looks really ashy and gray and like the fight scenes are cool, but they're kind of boring and all that other stuff. So when I first watched this, I really like the animation style because it matches some of the DC. It takes heavy inspiration from the DCAU. But I wasn't rocking with it at first,
Yeah.
so I fell asleep. Right. Not on purpose, but I was just really bored.
Hmm.
Um, Now, years later, actually being into film and pursuing film and understanding all types of film, like slow films, fast films, comedy films, horror films, all types of films, and being interested in that, I kind of looked at it from a different lens, and it was actually pretty good. It was
Yeah,
pretty good. It's a lot of like themes that are tackled here, like how Sam said, the concept of identity when it comes to serving your country, doing what your country tells you versus what you believe, you know what I mean? And forming those beliefs aside from the masses. That's a pretty cool theme that's in
yeah,
here. I can't lie though, it still didn't grab me. Before the pod, I told these guys that I didn't really have a lot to say about the movie just because, I didn't fall asleep, but it was still nothing that was like, oh my God, it was so good, or oh my God, these themes are so deep that I want to go deeper on
yeah.
them. But I mean, I definitely rocked with it way more at 22 than I did at 17.
Oh yeah, naturally. Um, I would say that I did watch it. I watched a YouTube video comparing the book and the movie because I didn't have time to watch the movie, so I really wanted to kind of compare the two. And it was very fascinating to see like the differences and stuff. But the book is 3 issues, which is the first thing that caught me
Hmm.
off guard because I did not expect it to be so short. It's 150 pages. So off the bat, I'm like, oh, this is a breeze. I burned through that, in a couple
Yeah.
hours. It's a lot different from the movie in terms of it's not really about Superman's place in like how he fits into the overall Soviet Union machine. It's more that he is like this unstoppable force that just becomes in charge of it. They introduce him through newspaper or like news reports and newspapers of saying that, explaining that he fell into Ukraine, I think in the movie too, right?
I
Hmm.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah, falls into a farm in Ukraine and then all of a sudden he's emerged now and he's just their new super weapon. Like he's the Cold War's like greatest combatant. And it's really more about Lex Luthor leading America and Superman leading the Soviet Union because one of the big things is that he doesn't kill Stalin. Like
Oh, he
he,
Hmm.
doesn't, not in the comic.
no, 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 he
Oh,
works
okay.
with Stalin and Stalin dies and Superman is basically named his successor.
Oh.
Interesting.
Which is
Hmm.
interesting because I don't know if this is in the movie. There's this character named Pyotr Razlov. Is that a character in the movie?
I do not
No,
remember.
no, no,
Yeah,
that's not. No.
there's Pyotr is
Yeah.
Stalin's like illegitimate, one of his many bastard children who's
Wait,
working directly under
I've
him.
heard about him because he's the one that killed Batman's parents in this universe, right?
Yes, he did, which you see
Oh,
in the
okay.
comic. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so there's also that whole tension there of Superman just trying to completely change what the system's about. He is very against murder and their whole what their regime did. And it becomes to a point where he just wants to control everything, which is very interesting because a lot of stuff happens in it. Like, for instance, Lex recruits Brainiac to bottle Stalingrad, which I don't know if that happens in the movie.
In the movie, it's actually Brainiac who shrinks Stalingrad, and then
Yeah.
Superman is forced to like deal with the fact that he trusted Brainiac, and then Brainiac accidentally shrinks Stalingrad.
Yeah, Lex recruits
Uh,
Brainiac to do that in the comic, and
okay.
Superman's whole mission is to eventually fix that the city and bring them back to life, and it never happens. And it's always like his greatest failure, and that leads into what they do with the ending and how they stop him. It's just a really fascinating look at it because it's way less about him struggling with how to comply with things and more of him fundamentally shifting like the whole power in the world, which I don't know if the movie really captured that from what I remember as much. It's a lot more of a personal story about Superman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely is a more personal story from because it does focus mainly on how the things that are happening around Superman,
Yeah.
I guess affect him in this climate, right? So it's interesting to hear that the comic does delve deeper.
Yeah.
Even though oddly enough, I've heard some people say, I've actually heard a lot of people say, that the movie was actually better than the comic. This is like one of the rare instances,
Hmm.
if not the only instance, where the movie might have been better than the comic. Now, since seeing as I've never read the comic, I don't know, but some people might feel that way because it is more of a character study
Yeah.
on this version of Superman. I mean, when he does kill Stalin, he cries. So it is one of those things where it's like he cries because he feels like that was what he had to do. Also, he lost his childhood friend who's not Lana Lang. It's totally supposed to be Lana Lang.
Yeah.
Um, so it's an interesting delve more in the movie than I guess in the comic book. It does deal more with that larger than life aspect that doesn't really allow you to connect much with Superman and connect much with his ideals for good.
Right.
Which I think at the end of the day is what a Superman story is all about, are his ideals for good in whatever political climate or whatever that he's in.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
It's just it's interesting because the whole moral of Red Sun in the comic is just how far he strayed from his ideals and what he stands for, and he gets so twisted. He basically just becomes Brainiac in
Oh,
the
okay.
in the comic. Like Brainiac's whole thing was lobotomizing people and controlling them. And so then Superman starts lobotomizing everyone, basically as a form of communism to just make everyone comply. Like everyone
Yeah.
is getting they say everyone is getting the same 8 hours of sleep and doing all the same jobs. And it even doesn't rain unless Brainiac deems it so, and it makes sure everyone has an umbrella. And everyone is just kind of like mindless cogs in this machine. Meanwhile, Lex's America is kind of going into chaos for a while he's experimenting with all these variations of how to kill Superman.
Yeah.
And so then the whole thing happens, the whole war happens, which I think happens in the movie too with the Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah. It's in I think
Yeah.
it's in like the 1980s or something. Um, Superman and the Green Lantern Corps like fight each other as like a way because like the United States and Russia are like fighting.
Yep.
Um, and then as a result, that's when at that point right afterwards we find out that Brainiac has actually been like kind of manipulating Superman into
Yeah.
kind of conquering the planet.
Yep.
So again, he doesn't actually have any of his own agency because in that the whole thing with Brainiac starts in 1966, and even before then, he doesn't really have his own agency because he's kind of at the whims of like his own like pre-programming from like Stalin.
Hmm.
So he doesn't ever actually get to make his own choices until like the very end of the movie once he realizes the errors of his ways, but it's already too late at that point.
Yeah. Jalen, how do you feel about how they brought in like the Green Lantern Corps and Batman and Wonder Woman and some of these other figures?
Batman and Wonder Woman I really rocked with.
Yeah.
Because well, I mean, the Green Lanterns were truly just a really cool army, in my personal opinion. They didn't really add too much,
Yeah.
for me. As much as I love my Space Police Corps, it would have what didn't really bring anything new for me.
Do they
But as
not
far as
give Hal Jordan a fucked up backstory in the movie?
I
I
don't
don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't
So
know.
know.
Lex Luthor recruits Hal Jordan based on the fact that he doesn't have any willpower enough to manage the ring.
What?
And
Wow,
he
okay.
talk
What?
he talks about how Green Lantern was a prisoner of war for years. And the way Green Lantern was able to, or Hal was able to survive that whole ordeal was by mentally like building a prison for all of his captors. And he would do it in real time. So if like something took like 7 days to build a wall, he would think about it for 7 days in real time.
That's kind of tough.
until this whole
That's
prison
kind of
was
tough.
complete. And then
That's kind of tough.
he said the best day of his life was when he imagined the execution of everyone in this prison, of all of
That's
his
kind
captors and
of
stuff.
that's
Dude,
Yeah.
kind of tough.
Jalen, it's fucking insane. I was like, this is
Yeah.
so cold.
Bro, that's kind of tough. Wait.
And then he doesn't have like
Uh,
any dialogue. He has barely any dialogue in the actual story, but I thought that was so cool. I was like, bro,
yeah, bro,
Yeah.
that's hard.
Yeah.
See, they should have had that,
they should have had
but
that.
There's a lot of things
I
that they seem to miss out on the movie.
yeah, so especially like they sacrificed that type of stuff to focus solely on Superman and
Yeah,
how Batman's actions, how Wonder Woman's actions, all these other superheroes' actions affect Superman and
yeah,
his ideals on good. I mean, even, you know, uh, Superman and Wonder Woman's relationship is one of respect of power and also respect of moral, and
yeah,
Batman is the only person to challenge that moral because of the vengeance that he has,
Yeah.
and that's an interesting dive, especially too when you see for Batman, he would rather, you know, kill himself
yeah,
than
Yeah.
lose his mental stability,
Yeah.
and that in a way shows the willpower that Batman has in this universe. So, I mean, it was really good for those two. But after hearing that, after
hmm
hearing my boy got some justice. Oh,
yeah,
that's so
man.
tough.
That
That's
it
so
is
tough.
tough. I remember Batman being like a big part of the movie, but maybe I just remember that particular scene
I
because
mean,
he's really not
he's
in a
at the
lot of
very
the
st
comic.
he's only in the very start, and he's like he's the kind of catalyst that forces Superman and Wonder Woman to like split apart from their relationship. Like
Yeah,
he
okay.
forces um uh Diana to see, oh, you guys kind of all suck. I'm just gonna go back to my island now. Screw
Right.
you, you know?
There you go. Okay, yeah, that's probably pretty similar. He's only in the middle issue
Yeah.
of the book, so he wasn't as big of a figure. But that's the thing I remember most from that movie was just that fight being pretty cool
Yeah.
between Superman and Batman. And then obviously it escalates and Superman gets to the White House and all of that. Does he have the note in the movie? Is that how he gets stopped?
Uh no, he in the movie he goes to the White House and he finds Lois
Yeah.
with the miniaturized Stalingrad,
Yeah.
and that's how he starts to realize, oh, what have I done? Because it was when the whole thing with Brainiac happened, that
Yeah.
happened like a year later, and he hasn't at all tried to do that since. Yeah, no, after he realizes that he hasn't actually tried to save the people in Stalingrad, he
Yeah.
kind of stops and actually thinks about his actions.
Yeah.
And then that's when Brainiac kind of like reveals that he's like been like manipulating everything because he chose not to like save Stalingrad because Superman didn't tell him to. And that's when Brainiac kind of just starts messing with everything because he's realized that the programming of Superman didn't work, so he has to find another way to conquer the planet.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna tell you the book version because I think it's a little cooler, man.
Oh
He
yeah.
gets to the White House, and the whole thing was Brainiac stopped Lex Luthor earlier because Superman and Lex Luthor were about to like have an intellectual like conversation to debate things, and Brainiac stops him because he said Lex could talk him into suicide within 14 minutes. Like it's that level
Hmm.
of intellect, this version of Lex. And so they get to the White House, and Lois has an envelope, and he's like, "What envelope is gonna stop me?" And he opens it, and Lex wrote one sentence on it, and he just wrote, "Why don't you bottle the whole world up then?" And then he realizes that what he's doing to the world with all like the lobotomization of people is exactly what Brainiac did to Stalingrad, and that's how he realizes the error of his ways, I guess. It was
Hmm.
tough. It was tough, man. He just
So
opens
th-
that.
this whole this whole book sounds tough, Josh.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
fucking cool, man. That's what I'm saying.
I should have read this.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was watching the YouTube video comparing the movie, and I'm like, the movie just doesn't have the aura. Like it's not. It's not the same, man. It's really fucking cool,
Nah,
man.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like when you think about it too, it's such a cool thing when you can out intellect or outwit a person
Yeah.
through intellect. You know?
Mm.
So to change a person's ideals off of one sentence,
It's so cool.
I I love that trope in media where it's
Yeah.
like because truthfully, when you are arguing for your ideals, it always 9 times out of 10 comes down to one small fact, one small subject, and one small sentence could change a perspective,
Yeah.
you know? And it could, oh God, it's so tough. It's so tough. Like they need stuff like
It's
that.
so tough.
But I guess in 70 minutes
You
to
can't
play
do as
devil's
much, yeah.
advocate, yeah, no, you
Yeah.
can't. And it's like if they did go the route of focusing on the worldly effects of this event and focusing on the world building of Earth 30 or whatever Earth it is, I think it is Earth 30. Um,
Hmm.
if doing all that in 70 minutes would make it feel like every other DC animated movie where it's like we have a lot going on and
Yeah.
no substance at all. You know what I mean? Cool fight scenes, cool action designs and all that other
Yeah.
stuff. But everything but so I guess sacrificing that to focus more on Superman.
It's not bad. It's not a bad trade-off.
Yeah, it's not a terrible trade-off, but it was definitely missing the aura.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They did a different
Yeah.
approach with it, and it works for what it is, but now that I've read the book, going back and looking at the movie, I'm like, I like this one version more. I gotta tell you about the ending now, which is really
Oh yeah.
cool. So the
Lay it on
ending
us.
of the movie, from what I remember, is just kind of like Superman quits being Superman, Lex Luthor steps down from his role, and they both kind of just fade off, right?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Um, the book is not like that. Superman still basically sacrifices himself to destroy Brainiac, and then he disappears. Lex Luthor steps down, but he inspires this whole lineage of Luthors that basically shape what the future of America is and makes them super scientifically advanced and like almost like a space race. That's like how far advanced they get. And so they keep going into these like different, they're listing all the people. So it's like Lena Luthor and then like John Luthor 1938. And then it gets to a point where the last name is just L. And so you get to
Yeah.
his great grandson or great great grandson, Jor-El.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And basically, because of Lex's obsession of Superman, it's been under Red Sun for like an insane amount of time, and it's destroying the planet. And what Jor-El does with his wife is he wants to give his son the chance to go back and fix things and make things proper again. So he sends his son back to the 1950s,
What?
where he crash lands in Ukraine.
So this whole thing was basically a time loop.
Yes. And what happened was Lex dedicated his whole
That's pretty
life.
cool.
They even show Lex on his deathbed, and the one thing he's the most proud of as his dying breath is that he killed the alien. But
He's the one that
his
created the
his
alien.
lineage his
Oh
lineage creates the
man.
alien. It creates everything that happens.
Ah, that is so cool.
It
Dude,
is
That was
so
see?
fucking cool.
Come on, bro. Like
And it's
that
like
is
when you first see it's Jor-El and stuff, you're like, oh, this is corny and all that. But then you really think about it and you're like, nah, that's if you're gonna do an Elseworld story, you do some balls to the wall shit like that. It's cool.
yeah. Throw everything at the wall at that point. Because what do you have to lose? This has no
Yeah.
effect on regular continuity. So it's like, dang, bro.
Dude,
See.
I
Come
told
on,
you
man.
it
That is
has
so cool.
okay.
I told you it has more aura, dude. It's awesome.
Okay, wait, so like when he sends his son back,
Hmm.
how is it that he's an alien then? Because is it just he has like Superman's powers because he was born under a red sun, so sending him back to the
Hmm.
1950s when they had
Basic
a yellow
they
sun means that he
basically
has superpowers?
Lex Luthor's lineage basically recreated the
Oh,
habitat
okay.
of the habitat of Krypton on Earth.
Oh, okay. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Earth basically becomes Krypton with all the same planet destruction imminent. But instead
Oh,
of sending him to a different planet, he sends him back in time.
mm,
Wow. And
That's
it was crazy is that he's not even really an alien
Nope.
yeah,
at all.
No. He is
He's just a
the
person with superpowers, a metahuman.
he's the great
that's crazy.
descendant of Lex Luthor.
Hmm, interesting.
Wow. Your greatest enemy is
Yeah.
something that you created. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's so sick.
So yeah, I was like, after I watched the comparison and then I watched the movie ending, I'm like, nah. But I
Nice.
like the movie for what it is. I just think, like most of the animated ones, it's just kind of watered down of
For
what the
sure.
book can be. But both on both sides, though, I will say, both the animation of the movie and the art of the book is underwhelming. I don't like the Tomorrowverse animation very much.
Well, I don't even know if this was Tomorrowverse animation. I think this was DCAU animation. This
Oh,
is Bruce Timm animation, if I'm not mistaken, right, Sam?
let me just pull up the look of it because I'm pretty sure like Superman like does look yeah, okay. But yeah, no, it's DCAU. It's not
Hmm.
Tomorrowverse.
I thought it was
Like
Tomorrowverse.
I'm
I
looking
haven't.
at a picture that's definitely not Tomorrowverse. That
Okay.
looks
Yeah, because like Tomorrowverse
yeah,
has like that like painted almost
Yeah.
like Archer from
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
that,
kind of like that animated style.
I thought that's what it
like it
was, man.
like I'll say it definitely looks like a more updated version of like DCAU animation because like the stuff is a lot more like clean, but
Hmm.
it's definitely not Tomorrowverse animation.
Well, it definitely doesn't look as good as Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
Yeah,
it looks more like you look at the
you know.
older
Yeah,
the
okay.
DCAU movies, right? This looks a
Uh,
lot more like
oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Like, the ones that came out before they did the shared universe and stuff like
yeah.
that. Okay. All right. Yeah, I thought the art from the book was pretty standard stuff. No panels really. There wasn't really any shots that blew me away, which kind of was the more unfortunate part. The story choices they do is really cool, but there's no like jaw-dropping art that you get from like For All Seasons or All Star or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else to really talk about. Do you guys?
I have nothing else. I'm so excited to get into this next section because I have a
Uh,
lot to
Yeah.
say.
So am I.
I wanted to
So am
say,
I. I should get the Green Lantern thing from my basement that I have. Like, I
yeah.
got that when the movie came out. It's been there. It's
Oh,
still in the packaging.
I got two closing.
OG Green Lantern fan.
I got two closing things I got to talk about Red Sun wise.
All
One,
right, all right.
Jimmy Olsen's still like a CIA agent in or FBI agent in the movie, right?
He becomes after Lex Luthor retires, Jimmy Olsen becomes
Becomes
like
like vice
the
president, president.
president. Yeah,
Yeah.
the president or the vice president.
Well,
Yeah,
he
no, he
starts off as
becomes
like an FBI CIA agent. It just reminded me of how bad they fucked
yeah,
him up in Batman vs Superman. And I'm like, oh, we're back to the we're back to the good stuff, bro.
yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to talk about is they have tried to do an adaptation of this before. The guy that directed Kong Skull Island in 2017, Jordan Vogt
Oh,
Roberts pitched a movie. They turned him down. And then in 2024, the year of our Lord Argyle, the movie, Matthew Vaughn wanted to direct a Red Sun movie with Henry Cavill. And I can't imagine why that didn't go anywhere,
yeah.
you know. So,
Just because
Uh,
Henry Cavill, when it comes to putting an S on his chest, is cursed.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not, yeah. I don't know. I
The
don't
exasperated, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
really I don't really need to see anything from this, another semi-evil Superman. I'm okay. I don't need like a live action adaptation. We got it in Supergirl, kind of. They half
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah, we did. We
Mm,
did.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's okay. Yeah, let's get into the Green Lantern trailer.
Let's get into it. Oh,
Lanterns is a show, a DCU show that's coming out. It's our third DCU show after Creature Commandos and Peacemaker. So notably, this is the one not heavily involved at all by James Gunn. And we've kind of been on pins and needles, especially Jalen, waiting for this. and they finally dropped the trailer. This, I think, a version of this trailer though dropped back in CCXP in like December. And so we
Maybe.
kind of we kind of knew we kind of knew what was going on. But the first off, the funniest thing is that they were like trailers about to drop tomorrow, and then 20 minutes later, I don't even think 20 minutes later, it got leaked.
Like 15 minutes, not even
15.
like 10 minutes later.
And so we were talking about like, are we gonna like, schedule a reaction or schedule like a bonus episode to talk about this? And then the trailer drops like 5 minutes after it got leaked in full. HBO just dropped it early, and so we just watched it anyway.
Then
And I was like,
James Gunn is like, you manifested this.
I was
Yeah.
I was trying
Like,
to
dog, it leaked.
I was hitting that, that speed clip where he's like, and just trying not to laugh, dude.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh
oh,
God.
that's already set itself up for failure. And then we get this trailer, man. And yeah, Jalen, I gotta start with you, bro. You gotta kick me off here. What is the controversy here
Start
on
with
the
Sam.
dome?
Start with Sam.
You don't even want
Start
to
with
get
Sam.
into
Okay.
it.
All right.
No,
Where's the
not
color?
first. Not first.
Where's the
I'm gonna get into it, but after
Yeah.
Where's
Sam.
the color? Where is it? I'm seeing Yellowstone colors. I'm seeing yellows, browns,
Yeah.
like darker browns. He has a ring that makes constructs out of a colored light, and we see no colored light. It's just desert. It's just a desert. Oh, where's the color? He's literally the only superhero that has a color in his name. Only one in the Justice League. And they decide, hey, let's give the guy with the color in his name a show where it's just the same array of like wheat-like colors, like it's Yellowstone or something, and then have it that. And then to top it off, Hal Jordan, he has so many friends that are aliens. And then in this one, it's just like, oh yeah, I don't talk to any of the other Green Lanterns. They're all aliens. It's like, well, of course they are. All of them are from other planets. You're literally like the only human except for Guy Gardner.
Mm.
I think it's going to be funny if it's a bit in the show where Hal Jordan, he said he doesn't talk to any of the other Green Lanterns. He just hates Guy Gardner so much that he's like, yeah, he's an alien. I don't like him. That would be funny, but I'm holding judgment because it's just like, where's the primary thing that makes Green Lantern Green Lantern? Where's the color? Where's the pop? Like
Yeah.
there's a whole array of colors, and they just expect us to be like, yeah, we're just gonna do dark green. We're just gonna do like muddy green. It's like, no, you're not. Do not do this.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm I mean, look, man. We knew what the vibe of this show was from the moment they dropped that first still, and everyone was immediately concerned because it looked like the Deadpool and Wolverine still, but like minus the suits and all of that. And so the big concern was like, oh man, they're gonna like majorly TVify this show, and it's not gonna have a lot of like space, not a lot of the core, not a lot of the stuff you want to see from a new
Yep.
adaptation of the Green Lantern core. But it's like, oh,
Yeah.
they're trying to do a True Detective full HBO show, like give them a chance type thing. It's like, all right, man, all right, man. You get this trailer and it's like it's just another version of that.
Yeah.
It's not even the fact that there's a whole separate tangent of like this is a bad first teaser. There could be a shit ton of Green Lantern stuff in that we don't know about, but this is a bad first teaser because they don't put anything in it, and it's called Lanterns. But if you're selling it on the fact that it's like Yellowstone or True Detective or whatever, what's the hook here? It looks the same,
Exactly. Exactly.
you know?
Exactly,
That's
Josh.
exactly what it is. It's
Exactly, Josh. And that is the problem. That is the problem. In the synopsis,
Mm-hmm.
it says that John and Hal are teamed up together to solve a murder
Yeah.
in this town. In the teaser, they make it seem like something is going on in the town that is affecting the town.
Yeah.
and yet they don't show a hint of what that thing is. They only show the guy who's playing the Anton or Antan or whatever that alien's name is that's disguised as a human. They only show him in a single shot once, and behind him are guys with guns. It shows nothing Green Lantern besides Hal Jordan flying, no green aura around him, no green eyes, no shine of the ring, nothing, just a lantern and the ring itself.
Right.
This is such a bizarre choice of a show for Green Lantern to start off with to introduce him into your universe, but this is also a bizarre choice marketing wise for a first trailer. Like, I don't know what Jimmy's marketing team has going on, but we've said it since January or February or whenever we started this podcast, whatever month it was.
Hmm.
We've been saying that James Gunn's marketing team needs a lot of work. Whoever they got in charge of marketing at DC Studios, they got to learn how to market these projects better. Because how is it the synopsis reveals more than the trailer? And the synopsis is 2 sentences. And yet the first teaser trailer is 2 minutes and 24 seconds, and all you get is Hal and John being snippy towards each other, and something is going on in the town.
Yeah.
Nowhere in that trailer does it say anything about a murder. And this isn't even about the Green Lantern stuff. This is just about a storytelling standpoint. You know what I mean?
It's not a short trailer.
And yeah, no, it's not. It's not. So they have no excuse. No excuse. Like, so is it a Green Lantern that got murdered? Is it one of Hal's family members or John's family members that got murdered? Is it like is it what who got murdered to put for you to put two Green Lanterns on this case? Period. Also, John Stewart training for 2 months without the ring is a very odd choice, seeing as he was a literal Marine. What just what like it makes no sense. So when the ring chose him, he just grabbed it and didn't put it on. He hasn't made any sort of constructs. He hasn't worn the suit. He hasn't flown. All he's done is train with Hal Jordan and do what? Shoot guns?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah, and on top of that, I can rant about this for a while. I have so many points to make, but I'm gonna make one that's gonna be really interesting.
Okay.
If James Gunn wanted to do a show like this and introduce a big DC character, a big Justice Leaguer, in a grounded series that's like True Detective, that's like Yellowstone, it should have been Martian Manhunter.
I
Hey,
was literally
fucking
just thinking
preaching,
the
bro.
same thing. That would have been
White
great. That would have been
white
great. He's literally a
Martians,
detective. He's literally
white
a detective.
Martians, white Martians
Oh,
taking over a small town.
that
Meanwhile,
hire this man.
John Jones is trying to solve it. It has that alien aspect. It's not very colorful, Martian Manhunter is not a colorful person, you know, and it gives you an excuse to have all this brown for desert area and have a detective show while still keeping that extraterrestrial element while still introducing a very prominent member of the Justice League. This should have been a Martian Manhunter show, and if and they literally could have just called it Manhunter. It's right there. It's right
would
there, and yet they go with Green Lantern. Go ahead, Josh.
That's actually such a good point because they literally could have put a Martian Manhunter show in like Roswell, New Mexico, right where like aliens have literally dropped in the United States, right?
Exactly.
And they could have done it there, right beside Area 51, and it would have been like, oh, we can just introduce a bunch of things. But instead, they're picking the most colorful like superhero to be in the most drab environment possible, and
It makes no sense.
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make
Where's
any
the
sense.
sparkle? Like I
No.
understand how I like the actors that are playing John
Yeah.
Stewart and Hal Jordan.
Mhm.
I think they're gonna do good as those characters. I just don't know about the writing itself. The dialogue seems great, but the characters themselves, it's like, what are we doing? It's like Jalen said. John Stewart, Marine. He in the 2000 like was it 11 like I think 2011 Hal Jordan
Mhm.
immediately puts the ring on and uses it to fight guys outside of a bar. You're telling me that John Stewart, not at all curious to put on the ring that came from outer space? Really?
Yeah.
Not at
I
all.
found it
And he's
so
like, oh, I'm just gonna keep it in the like wherever.
Yeah, I
What do you
found it
mean?
so outlandish. I found it so outlandish how he's like I could see if he says if he said I've worn the ring but I haven't been outside of this sector when I know there are other aliens and I know there are other Green Lanterns. But when he said I haven't even put on the ring,
I was like, what are we
that's
doing?
crazy.
Maybe it just
That's
means
crazy.
maybe it just means during house training.
Yeah, but even still, like before Hal found him, you're telling me he didn't even try to put the ring on?
No, I'm
Like
saying
the
he could
ring
have
would
done that, and then he's just saying like you've been training me for 2 months, and I haven't
oh,
done any training with the ring.
oh, okay. But even
So what
still,
is he
like
even
you're
training
telling
him on? So what is he
yeah.
even training him on? What the main point of a Green Lantern is to go to space. Has
Yeah,
Also, like
has he
he's
been
getting
sitting there showing him PowerPoint
yeah.
slides of all the
No,
alien races and all the sectors? Like,
he's Billy Badass now, man. I
like
don't know.
and
I
also like there's no human training that you can do for a Green Lantern. You have to use the ring to be able to get good with the ring. You can like maybe go to like some Tibetan monks like
uh,
Batman and train your mind to get more like willpower, but like
yeah.
other than that, you kind of need the ring to get good with the ring.
yeah,
I will
yeah.
say like a lot of these complaints can easily be fixed on the fact that we haven't seen the show and there's gonna be a lot more.
That's true.
There's a lot of borrowed trust I have because Damon Lindelof is a one of the creators of the show, and he put out Watchmen. He also put out Lost, but Lost I heard kind of fell off. He put out Watchmen. Jalen, you've seen Watchmen, right? The 2019 HBO.
Yeah, I watched
Haven't
I
I have
loved it.
not.
I thought it
Yeah.
was great.
Watchmen is a complete kind of reimagination, reinvigoration of the brand. Like it's its whole thing. It's completely different from the book, and
Yeah.
especially from Zack Snyder's stuff. But I mean, what it does is it still feels true to what the original source material is, and it kind of draws
Yeah.
from that. Like it is weird and grounded and dark and all this stuff, but it's also like it does fantastical shit. Like Jeremy Irons is wearing the full Ozymandias stuff, and Yayup's is painted blue and all this stuff. And you get to this, and it's like, yeah, he's trying to do weird, gritty, grounded again, trying to do something different, like experimenting with Green Lantern. That's cool. That's cool. But you seem actively embarrassed by the thing that you are adapting, and that's where I struggle with, because you see that interview clip of him that goes out, and it seems like he's joking a little bit, but they ask him about the Lantern show and how it's called Green Lantern. He's like, no, it's just lanterns because we thought the green was stupid. And you can read that as a joke, but at the same time, based on this trailer, I genuinely think that he thinks that. I genuinely think that they don't think Green Lantern can be taken seriously. It's like an Aquaman situation again.
And then the social media account responds to someone saying, "Where's the green in the trailer?" And they point out just little like objects that
No,
are
that
in the
that was
trailer.
that was funny though.
That was a little bit funny,
If I
but
was a
like
Twitter admin, I'd do the same shit.
it doesn't work when
No.
the creator of the show has said, "Oh, we dropped the green because we thought it was stupid."
Yeah.
And then you
It's
have no Green Lantern powers in the show. It's kind of like this is the wrong direction. You should be reassuring people instead of making jokes. Because a lot
yeah.
of people are like iffy about the Green Lantern brand because the last time he was on screen was 2011, 2012. And the only time before that was Guy Gardner in Superman. And that's not really a whole lot of Green Lantern stuff except just like showing off his powers. I really. So like there needs to be some level of reassurance in the brand of Green Lantern. Otherwise, people are going to be like, "No, I'm not
hmm
doing this again. I'm not going to be put through this pain again."
it's strange, man. I don't understand what they're going for, Jalen, because like it's in the DCU, and every other DCU trailer I've seen so far, and every property has been kind of embracing what it is. Supergirl's a little watered down, but it still kind of embraces.
Supergirl. Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like hiding the fact that there's a space alien named Lobo,
Right.
and it's Guardians of the Galaxy Light and all this stuff. This one doesn't feel in line with the DCU, not in a cool way, but in a way where it's like this feels like Titans or something, or it feels like
Yeah.
a lot of these
And
TV shows, like maybe like Gotham Knights, where it feels like they're kind of like restricted by the creative force or even by the budget, and then they just don't fully adapt what they're trying to adapt.
Yeah, and like my thing, I guess with this is it would be different, right? If we hadn't gotten a taste of a Green Lantern in the universe already. You know what I mean?
It'd be different if we had a good version of Green Lantern in live
Yeah, yeah,
action.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but say point blank period, you know. But they have proof that people like the concept of Green Lantern because of the reception to Guy Gardner from Superman.
Yep.
Everyone really liked him. The moment where he's flipping the tanks off and everything while doing it
Yep.
so casually. I hate Guy, but that was kind of tough. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like people you know that. And I get you want to tell this detective style story, but when you have people like Sinestro, you have like a giant orc as a Green Lantern, you have a
Hmm.
chipmunk as a Green Lantern, you have like a fish-like creature as a Green Lantern, you have a six-armed alien named Salak as a Green
Yeah.
Lantern. You have all of these things at your disposal. They should go like totally in the realm of Star Trek, Star Wars,
Yeah.
with that and maybe push it down further, so then you can get it right. But if you want people to be on board with this whole Green Lantern concept, you
Hmm.
know, and you gotta go balls to the wall with this type of thing, especially because seeing the suit, and I know that suit is probably not even going to be the main suit. It's just probably just a suit in the first episode, if I'm being completely honest with myself. But truthfully, that is the only thing Green Lantern in the trailer, really.
And that's the only
If you if
comparison
you
you're gonna see for this show for a long time. That's what people are gonna.
exactly, that is such a bizarre choice because that is what people are going to associate with the show until August. Like I've seen numerous reactions all across YouTube. Everyone is leaving this trailer with the same thing. Like the or one
Well,
person is like, okay, August. It's all right. We'll see. We'll see, And it's like you want people to get hyped up on this concept that failed previously. You want to show people a new side of it,
uh,
but that doesn't mean stripping everything away from it that made it what it was. That means going even more, because now we're also in a climate where superheroes being more comic booky are becoming more of the norm. You look at Wonder Man, you look at Fantastic Four First Steps, you look at Superman, you look at some of these other projects. They feel more comic booky,
yeah.
you know? So that's probably the way that we're leaning more towards with superhero media. I just don't understand why we're going back to that Nolan way of doing things. When granted, it worked for Batman, but that's Batman, no superpowers, psychotic villains. This is Green Lantern, a man who is a group of aliens who are literally space cops for not just one sector,
Mm.
but numerous, you
It's
know?
it honestly reads to me a lot more Marvel TV, Netflix and ABC and all that stuff where they just
Exactly.
were so
Yeah.
restricted and so it's the whole it's the issue that we can't get away from where it genuinely feels like based on what I've seen so far, this is the type of show that I'm gonna get a little bit of Green Lantern stuff in one of the earlier episodes and then it's all just gonna be saved for the end. Like I'll see
Yeah.
Sinestro, but I'll see Sinestro for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
my
because
worry
they
as well.
They they
And
they they they, they even casted Jon Stewart's parents, so we might
yep.
even have a whole episode dedicated to in the past.
And you
No
said
Green Lantern stuff.
Paul Ben Victor's playing an alien, but is he gonna be
Hmm.
disguised as a human the whole show to save Bunny? And then, oh, like one fight scene, he's a big alien, you know?
That's the issue.
It's
That's the
that
issue.
type of stuff where I'm like, the whole idea of the DCU is that we have access to everything now, and we can just kind of put all our like these are supposed to be big projects, and this don't feel like this doesn't feel like they're putting all their effort into Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Puts
It
like
doesn't feel like they're
a
putting all their
I
effort into either of the last two, honestly,
no,
like
I
Supergirl or
know.
Green Lantern.
I know, which is concerning because these are the first two non James Gunn things, you know? And I'm like,
Hmm.
I thought we were really gonna let these creatives fly, and they feel very restrained. But I don't know, man. I this is a massive fuck up on their marketing team, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
Once again, they stay taking L's. Put the exploring DC team. Make us the
Yeah.
marketing
Yeah,
team.
I'm sure you could cut a way better trailer out of whatever's in this show than what they gave me here.
You
Unless there's
totally could.
if Sinestro's in the show, if there's an alien character, if Guy Gardner's in multiple episodes and drops like 50 F-bombs, and theoretically there's suits and Green Lanterns and all that shit, I can cut a better trailer that still doesn't reveal a lot.
Mhm.
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
that's
honestly.
ridiculous, man. And it sucks because the first Superman trailer is phenomenal.
Loved
It's
it.
it's amazing. One of the
Yeah,
best trailers I've ever seen,
yeah.
you know?
Man, I don't
It gave
know.
me Superman vibes.
Sam, how you been
Plain and
feeling
simple.
about the DCU? I mean, we've been talking about it on the show. How are you feeling about this whole universe so far? I mean, I'm sure you like Superman and
I love Superman. I love Peacemaker. I like the Creature Commandos. It was
yeah,
interesting. Um, and then Suicide Squad technically is like part of it, I guess,
yeah.
right? Did they ever like figure out what parts of Suicide Squad they were gonna keep, or is it just like they keep all of it?
It's just all of it unless
Or
it contradicts.
yeah. Yeah. I like all of it. Like I like the things that they're showing us, but I feel like they could be doing a little bit more because it feels like they're reducing a lot of elements to like
Hmm.
these like super base points.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's not the way to get people back into DC. You gotta have like big things to draw people in.
yeah,
And they're not doing that. I'm not saying Supergirl's like not a big name because obviously there's Lobo. A lot of people love Lobo, and it's a character that a lot of people can fall in like love with. But like it feels like they're not doing enough.
yeah.
They're not having like, and I understand the whole thing with like Warner Brothers being sold, maybe that has a part to play in it why we're not seeing a whole lot of like projects. But even still, I feel like they should be doing more for an entire universe that has gone against Marvel since the 19 like 40s,
Hmm?
and they're kind of doing little baby steps with this. And I feel like they should be expanding it. Like they should have multiple projects underway, and
Yeah.
like all we have coming up is Supergirl and Green Lantern show, and Supergirl looks great. I think it's gonna do really well. Green Lantern
Interesting.
show just
Yeah.
not a very, it should be up here. It's like down here. You know.
I don't know. I just thought this was gonna. It could still be a big year for DC, but it looked like at the start of the year, Jalen, we were shaping up for like
This,
quite a year, you know? And
yeah,
everyone
this
was
should have
excited to move
been
away from James Gunn. And
right.
now we're getting two trailers, and people are like, can this universe survive without James Gunn just shepherding stuff,
Yeah, this should have been the prove it year,
you
because
know?
everything up until now has been very James Gunn centric, James Gunn styled.
Yeah.
But with Supergirl, with Lanterns, and we haven't seen anything for Clayface yet, but with Clayface as well, this would be our first, foray into what the non-James Gunn part of this universe looks like before we get right back into the James Gunn side of things with the Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
But this was like your okay, so we know James Gunn can show up, even though Peacemaker season two, but Superman mainly. Superman was your big one. Superman was probably the only one out of those three they had to get right
And they got it
entirely.
right.
And I feel like they got it right. Very,
Yeah.
very, very much so. But when it comes to these other things, now it's like, all right, so you show me three things. Show
Yeah.
me a little bit more. Show me a little bit more of this creative side. Show me a little bit more superhero, a little bit more from the universe itself and not just, crude humor and obscure villains. And of course, your
Yeah.
biggest one, show me more Supergirl. Show me more of the Green Lantern. Show me more of Clayface. Like, what else does this universe have to offer? Um, so it's interesting. I also feel like the directors that they're getting aren't necessarily known for their creative choices. Like James Watkins for Speak No Evil isn't necessarily known.
No.
for
Yeah.
his creative choices. The movie's good. It's pretty good, but it's like there's nothing super creative to be
Yeah.
making a body horror DC show with a Mike Flanagan script. And then Colin Gillespie, he did I, Tonya, which I guess could be seen as the same vibe in realm as Supergirl, but still not
And
very
Cruella.
creative. I
Yeah.
guess that's still not very creative though. Like it's not very exciting. These aren't
And
very exciting
they're more
directors.
studio they're studio directors over, you know.
Yep.
That's the one thing I will say is Damon Lindelof and Tom King are definitely interesting. They bring interesting things to stuff. And so that's why I'm not writing this off yet, man. I still think there's something here. I'm just curious. There's a lot that this trailer shows me that makes me nervous. But I also
Yeah.
like weirdly still have a curiosity with it because I think there's something. It doesn't look bad. I don't know. Like it just looks like not what I want from a Green Lantern show and also somewhat
Yeah.
generic. But it's not like I saw the footage and I'm like, this looks like unwatchable or bad. It looks
Right.
interesting in the fact that it's uninteresting. I don't know. The one thing I'll say is that people, were trying to defend this fucking suit, this Green Lantern suit, man, this olive green brown suit, and they were like, it reflects Hal Jordan, being disillusioned with the Green Lantern Corps and all this shit. And I'm just like, you cannot say that shit to excuse bad costume design.
Yeah.
Because honestly, what'd be more interesting is if he's disillusioned with the Green Lantern Corps, but he still has to wear a bright green outfit.
Yeah.
And he's like annoyed by the fact that he has to wear a bright green outfit when he doesn't feel aligned with like Hal Jordan can still be disillusioned with the fact that a bunch of them are aliens and that the whole concept of like the Green Lantern Corps coming together and John teaches him how to work together and friendship and all this shit. But like you don't need to make the suit ugly to do
Yeah.
that. You could have even made it old and rusty, but still green. The problem is that suit isn't green.
Yeah.
And we already had a Green Lantern suit that isn't green. And you told me that it was gonna be okay. You know, we all complain about the Guy Gardner suit, and they're like, it's okay, because wait till the Lantern show comes out. You know,
I'm
it
okay with
all
the Guy Gardner suit,
yeah,
like
because
because
we're gonna get a proper Green Lantern suit in the Green Lantern show.
also like
I don't
Guy
know,
Gardner,
man.
from what I've seen, he wears like a lot of white with his like
Yeah,
outfit, right?
which is
He doesn't
fine.
always just have the green. And also we can write like the Guy Gardner suit, write it off as like a Justice League suit that like that was given to him, right? Because he's a part of
Hmm.
the Justice League, right? And it's kind of like the similar like design or
Yeah,
whatever. We can write that off. But like Hal Jordan, he should have a bright green suit. It can have a
yeah.
lot of dirt on it, but we should still be able to see the bright green parts on the suit. Like maybe what it's gonna be is that's just an outfit,
Yeah,
and then when he actually like has the ring, it'll actually have like the bright green parts. Maybe that's what I'm hoping for, is
yeah,
that when he actually uses the ring, it actually causes like the suit to be like fully green and like light up and everything. Because I never understood the concept of like having the Green Lanterns actually have like a suit on, because every time that I've seen Green Lanterns in like any sort of like media that isn't just like still frame or anything, when they put the ring on, the costume comes on with the ring and then they get the little mask. I'm not And then when they take the ring off, they're wearing the clothes that they were wearing under the ring,
yeah.
right? So I don't know how I feel about the whole concept of like, oh, hey, here's a uniform, guys. And it's like, so you just have the uniform for everybody. I feel like it makes more sense with like the ring become makes them wear a uniform like that,
Yeah.
like standard issue. But like,
Where's my nanotech, man? What the fuck?
oh god, don't if it's nanotech, I'm gonna God, don't.
Yeah.
The nanotech was cool at first when they first introduced it into like the superhero movies, but now it's just like it's everywhere and it's used like
Mhm.
in so many movies that it's like just actually wear the outfit, please. Like, can you just like instead of having it just like fold over you in like an instant for like CGI, like make it a little bit practical, maybe, you
Jalen, do you
know?
think?
It screams Arrowverse a little bit.
Yes, it does. Like
A little
the
bit.
leather suit Arrowverse, the leather suit
Yeah.
X-Men.
hmm This seems like something
Yeah.
that would have been passable if it was a little more green and if John Diggle wore it for whatever Justice U show that he was supposed to do.
Yes, people would have been like, all right, whatever.
What were you about to ask, Josh?
No, I was gonna say, you think they could put Kyle Chandler in the shirt that you're wearing right now, and it'd be fine, man. I
Hey
just,
man, put Kyle Chandler in this shirt, give him a green ring, give him a mask, he's good.
yeah, I don't really have much more to say. I'm disappointed, but I'm not writing off this show because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, I'm still just being a nerd, being like, "Where's the green?" But
Yeah.
I think there's legitimate conversations to be had about this piece of marketing and like what the show is presenting to us,
Agreed.
you know. And I just feel bad for Jalen because he deserves better, better Green
You know,
Lantern media, bro.
Yeah.
last thing I'll say before we end this app,
Yeah,
this series, low key, made me miss the DCEU. And I never thought I would say that. But it made
yeah.
me miss the DCEU because I know with the DCEU we would have, they were actually gonna make a Green Lantern Corps show set in the DCEU, and
They
Uh,
were gonna make a movie, man, way back when I.
they were gonna make a movie. Then they converted it to a show, and they actually casted almost
Yeah.
everybody for the show.
Oh,
They
I
casted
know.
Alan Scott, they
Yeah.
casted Guy Gardner, they casted Sinestro, they casted all these lanterns that you were supposed to follow.
The
I
show,
bet you
the
it
show
would,
idea was cool as fuck. The original show.
dude.
They're doing
Oh,
multiple time periods and all this stuff.
multiple time periods, kind of like a Green Lantern anthology series.
Hmm.
That would have been so much better than this, and that was DCEU. I know in the DCEU we would have gotten the comic accurate suit. We would have gotten more green. We would have gotten amazing fight scenes because I can't lie, I can't name one DCEU movie where the fight scenes don't go hard.
Yeah.
Uh
Yeah.
yeah,
All
and
right.
now look at this.
There you go. Release Zack Snyder's Green Lantern, man.
yeah.
I love that video of they put the Obadiah Stane shit where it's like, he built this in a box or in a cave, a box of scraps, but they talked about Zack Snyder filming that Green Lantern show or clip in his garage or driveway.
It
And they're
still
like,
looks 10 times better.
that suit looks cool as fuck, man.
Yeah.
I
It
don't know.
looks 10 times better, which is crazy.
I got one thing I want to do before we hop off. Sam, we've been doing blind ranks on this show, so
Oh, I love those.
we have a blind rank. I
Hit me
wasn't
with
actually
it.
gonna do one, but I was thinking of one as we were talking, and I think it's funny. We're gonna do. I'm just gonna. These are gonna be hypothetical shows, and you're gonna blind rank based on like
Mhm.
kind of where you wanna, how much you wanna
Okay.
see them. But lanterns is
Okay.
on the list, so lanterns will be on the list too.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so we'll start with lanterns as your baseline. Like, where do you want to put that one?
How many are we doing? I gotta know
There's
like
five.
where.
There's
There's
five.
five?
One out of
Okay.
1 to 5.
Just based on what I have right now with lanterns, I it's killing me to put it, but I gotta put it at like four. I gotta
Yeah.
put it at four. It's not giving me that oomph that I
Yeah.
need. Yeah.
You don't know any of these other shows. They could
I
be really
I
bad, they
don't.
could be really good.
They could be bad, but like just given what I've seen for
Yeah.
the Green Lantern, it doesn't give me the feeling, you know?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
4?
So, yeah, four,
Okay.
four.
Yeah. Okay. Mayor Humville's been stabbed, and there's only 6 stray dogs that can solve the case. This is Patrol.
Is this like
Chase,
is
Ryder, Zuma, Rubble, Rocky. I think that's all of them.
It's Paw Patrol.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
this
like
is
live
Paw
action.
Patrol.
It's like live action
Yeah,
Paw
it's
Patrol.
Okay, wait,
it's
I thought for a
Patrol.
second we were gonna be like
Patrol, they have
theorizing
no
like
they have no
DC
differentials.
shows
No,
possibly.
no, 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 no.
That's crazy. Okay.
It's not called Paw Patrol. It's called
And we
Patrol.
have lanterns at four.
They don't have
Oh
Oh
no.
man.
like They don't have
Oh
any
no.
they don't have any outfits or differentials. So Marshall and Chase act the same. They're all just trying to solve the murder. It's a cat.
Wait.
The cat did
So
the murder.
wait. So hold on. This is live action Paw Patrol,
I
right?
th I don't care. It could be animated if it makes it go over, but it doesn't really matter.
I mean, I saw that there's like this, like there's like a movie coming out,
You want it to be
like
Beverly
with
Hills
like,
Chihuahua, it can be that, man. I don't
but
care.
I
It's
saw something where it's like that, where it's like a bunch of animals, live action
oh
animals,
the
like
sheep
it's
the
like
sheep
the
detective
Sheep
movie.
Detective. So honestly, that could be good because the
Oh,
Sheep
that's a good
Detective
point.
trailer
That's a good point.
actually intrigued me a lot, and it
Mhm.
actually was like it gave me a good vibe. So I'm gonna put that at a solid three. I'm gonna put that at a solid three. I'm gonna put that middle ground because I think there could be better ones,
Yeah.
but I think I have to put it above Lanterns, unfortunately.
Rubble's addicted to drugs. He does a lot of blue collar work, and
Amazing, something interesting.
12-hour shifts can really get you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Three?
I'll agree with them. I'll agree with
Three?
them.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I'm scared now because I thought this was only DC shows.
No,
Because
no,
this could
no,
be
no,
anything
no.
now.
Yeah, it can, don't matter. Um, there's five of them, and they each have like little wristbands that show their colors.
Rangers.
It's Rangers.
One,
Oh,
one, 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 one,
You don't even,
one,
I don't know shit about green about Power
one,
Rangers.
one.
wait, what did you say it
These
was?
can all just be detective shows.
Colors, Rangers, one. That's
Oh,
all I need.
Rangers. Oh,
Say less.
I love
Say
Rangers so
less,
much, man.
Josh.
I
Yeah.
I'm scared you're gonna give me something that should not be two or five. So,
In episode 6, they find only one of the helmets, and that's the final shot of the whole first season of Rangers. One. Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna put that at two. I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna take a gamble here. I'm gonna take a
Okay.
gamble.
Okay. All right. We'll go one. We'll go one. Because you guys got to do it together. So we'll go
All
one
right, we'll go one. We'll
just
go
because you
one.
picked some
All
other
right.
ones. All right. Two more. Two more. What's his name? Ernie and Bertrude want to save their street from corruption
Sesame
and
Street.
crime.
That's crazy.
This is street.
Oh,
But there's a
Oh
monster on the
man.
loose.
A
okay.
cookie
What kind of?
monster.
No, just a monster.
A cookie monster.
Is it like super dark? Are we gonna go for a super dark vibe here?
They're all just wearing like costume. Like it's like like you have like a duck costume with a cutout where you can see the human face. That's like how it
Yeah.
is. So it's like,
Oh, okay.
you know,
Oh
Okay.
man. Sam, what are you thinking?
this is street.
Street. Okay. So what the concept was is that they say the concept one more time.
It's Ernie and Bertrude,
Okay.
and they want to protect their street from corruption because there's a monster trying
There's a
to
there's a
try.
monster who breaks into people's homes and steals
No,
food,
he's trying to
particularly cookies.
he's trying he's trying to push a certain food back onto the street.
Oh, that's crazy. I think I think five. I think five. I think whatever the last one is, I think I'm believing in the last one here, you know.
We're
Best
gonna
for
gamble.
last.
We're
We're gonna
gamblers
gamble.
today. I guess
Yeah.
Yeah,
five.
five.
I guess we're agreeing on five.
I I thought Street was like one of my favorite ones. I thought that was funny,
Oh
man.
no.
All right. Yeah. Daniel spent a week in Asia and now he's come back to New York City to solve the murder of the devil. This is Fist.
Oh my God.
Wait. Devil isn't like
I
Daredevil?
Iron Fist.
Oh, Iron Fist. Oh my god. Okay. You
Yeah,
know
but
what?
he only spends a week in Asia.
I thought,
He
Josh,
doesn't
I didn't
have
know where this was
he
going.
doesn't have his powers.
So I was like, bro, are we gonna get canceled? I was like, where are we going?
I guess too, you know. I don't feel that's a bad choice putting that at two, honestly.
That too. Yeah.
Yeah,
It could have
I don't feel that's a terrible choice.
I came up with all five of these concepts like on the fly, by the way. I did not think of
Amazing.
these before. That was tough. I'm not good at improv, so
That was
yeah.
tough, Josh.
Yeah.
That
S-
was tough.
Street Lanterns Patrol, Fist, and Rangers, man.
Yeah.
Rangers at one is a go-to choice. I do not care
Yeah.
what anyone says.
Rangers is some shit the CW would make though.
Yo, and they would
Yeah.
probably kill it, like make it like All American. Gonna make one season that people are divided on, and then
Yeah.
they're gonna cancel
They
it.
all they all go to high
Yeah.
school and they maybe fight crime like once.
And they all
I
are in
mean,
toxic relationships.
the
They're
Oh
all
the
in
yeah.
Power
toxic
Rangers movie
relationships.
was actually not that bad in
There
my
we
opinion.
go.
I
Yeah.
actually really liked the Power Rangers
Yeah.
movie.
It was
Like in
gas.
all,
It was a gas.
it was, and I kind of hate that they didn't make more of them because I actually kind of like the kind of like bio like organic like armor that they had, like kind of like it reminded me kind of like Warframe. Do you guys know what Warframe is?
I've heard of it. I have heard of
Yeah,
it.
it
Mhm.
kind of reminded me of the
Yeah.
suits from that game.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I liked it. So, I don't feel that's a bad choice putting that at
There you
one.
go. Yeah. Anyway, lanterns. Oh boy.
Oh,
Sam,
God.
Thanks for coming on. It was great to have you. Next week we're going to raid Jackson's house live on camera, and we hope to see you
Ooh.
then. So,
All
thank you.
right.
Bye.